plastic products might cause brain problems. Researchers at the University of Calgary have discovered that the chemicals BPA and BPS cause changes in the way brains are formed, changes that lead to hyperactivity. Even though scientists studied zebrafish, their brains are surprisingly similar to human brains. BPA and BPS are found in plastic products we eat and drink out of. Scientists warn until we know more about BPA and BPS, it's best to stay away from those chemicals, particularly women who are pregnant.
This sort of thing is the kind of thing I think that we should have been paying a lot more attention to in years earlier. It also allows people in colleges, professors in colleges, to do things like, I don't know, redefine the biological reality of gender and pretend it doesn't exist. This has long-term ramifications that I don't think we're thinking through. And most people sort of in our world like, it's crazy, but it'll go away. It won't go away. If your children grow up learning that there's no actual distinction between men and women, what does that mean long-term?
Steph, he feels like he's failed as a father. He feels like he let you down. He's gone back to the point of, he says, one time for Halloween, talk about that.
He dressed up like a girl. I thought it was funny at first. No, surely don't.
And what was the age?
High school, maybe?
It was during high school.
And your reaction at the time?
I thought it was Halloween. So just went along with it. Actually pinched him on his behind and said he made a good-looking girl, but I was only joking. He's not a good-looking girl. He's a very beautiful man.
This phenol A. When you open up a can, that lining may contain a synthetic estrogen. That's right, a sex hormone.
BPA is unsafe and can lead to cancer, diabetes, and other diseases.
BPA is what is known as an endocrine disruptor.
Canada became the first country in 2010 to ban the use of BPA in just some products. This despite the fact that a 2004 CDC study found BPA in the urine of well over 90% of the U.S. population. Consumer awareness has created a trend against its use in many products in lieu of a ban. But BPA, which can alter sexual behavior and much more, has increasingly been found in abundance in a wide range of products, many of which you may not expect. This includes most of the printed store receipts, money, printer ink, dental amalgams and fillings, baby formulas, cosmetics, and now similar estrogen-mimicking hormones have even been found in top name brand clothing. Efforts to eliminate contact with bisphenol A must combat with the increasing places it pops up unexpectedly in our modern lives. And what else could pop up? Research conducted at top institutes like Harvard and Yale found that BPA has widespread effects, including neurological, thyroid, and dopaminergic issues, obesity as well as low weight, fetal development, carcinogenic effects including breast and prostate cancer. Its impact on hormones in both men and women can negatively affect the reproductive and sexual system. Studies on lab animals, including primates, found permanent changes to the genital tract, changes in breast tissue predisposing to carcinogens, long-term reproductive and carcinogenic effects, increased prostate weight, early onset of puberty, longer estrus, decline in testosterone, increase of anogenital distance in both genders, greater sensitivity to hormones and cancer, decreased maternal behaviors, adverse neurological development, disrupted ovarian development, and reversal of normal sex differences in brain structure and development. But reporting these scientific facts has caused Alex Jones to be attacked by Media Matters and others for supposed gay bashing.
The reason there's so many gay people now is because it's a chemical warfare operation. I have the government documents where they said they're going to encourage homosexuality with chemicals so that people don't have children. I even catch myself, Bob, drinking out of these estrogen mimickers.
But the disruption of the body's endocrine system by pollutants put in place by man has nothing to do with sexual preference, nor what God or nature they're intended. In 1994, the Pentagon admittedly sought the development of a, quote, gay bomb in which it would use non-lethal chemical weapons to disrupt hormones and create widespread homosexuality, but it's happening every day in a less dramatic fashion, in the products we eat and drink, touch, and come into contact with. Are we really afraid to face the reality of social engineering through chemical assault due to politically correct taboos?
A drag diva duo known as the Shear Sisters will be reading to the kids on June 19th as part of the library celebrating LGBT Pride Month.
Library story time for little kids, not exactly where you'd expect to find controversy, but a plan to have drag queens tell stories at a Cherry Hill library has people talking.
This one is called Worm Loves Worm.
Talking, singing, and reading.
We can both be grooms.
To an audience of preschoolers, toddlers, and their caregivers.
Well, story time at the Millennium Library today was led by drag queens.
These words make her little sister very sad, and she starts to cry. That is so not nice.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Tell me what you're thinking and feeling right now, Gary.
The head of a prestigious North London school announced this week that he's consulting pupils and parents about a gender-neutral uniform, allowing all pupils to choose trousers or skirts. It sounded like progress to me.
In fact, it's a national thing.
Who wants to be a drag queen when they grow up?
But yeah, this is sort of a new thing that's happening, popping up in public libraries across the Fruited Plain, and it's actually happening in my neighborhood library in Brooklyn.
But we all benefit from living in a society which leaves behind the oppressive, strict gender norms of the past and recognizes that gender can be fluid and ever-changing.
Argument is that we should all be a bit relaxed about gender and accept that now in this day and age your identified gender does not necessarily match your physical characteristics.
He feels that he's failed you as a father. Do you feel that this is a choice you've made?
No, I've always been like this. I just hid it from everyone.
How do you feel about it?
I just feel like this is me. This is who I am.
And how long have you hidden this?
As early as 7 years old.
I don't think he understands the burden that is, how much energy that takes, how that affects you to live an inauthentic life.
Just imagine waking up every day and seeing and being someone that you don't want to be.
What do you hear in those words? What do you hear?
I hear confusion.
So you hear someone that is confused, mentally ill?
Yes.
Because again, this is all for the sake of inclusivity and diversity.
Sure.
This. And so I asked. I said, "Well, what about ministers? Would you allow a minister to come in and read a Bible story for Storybook Hour?" And they said no, they would not do that.
And sometimes it just seems things are a little out of balance on these, doesn't it?
Macho men under attack at college campuses across the country, now encouraging men to be less manly with courses to fight toxic masculinity.
When Alana looks at old photos of herself